You're watching The View from the Bay, live.
Our next guest has been featured on Good Morning America, the Discovery Channel, CNN, A&E, the list goes on. She's a psychic detective who has helped dozens of law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, solve heinous crimes. And now you can read all about it in the biography, Gift of the White Light. It's written by James N. Fry, the strange and wonderful story of Annette Martin, psychic. Please welcome Annette Martin.
Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And congratulations. Huge feature article in the San Jose Mercury News this week, too.
Yes,
that's wonderful.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, your job is exciting. So
It is. It's so much fun. I love it.
So tell us about this gift of the white light. What is it?
Well, the gift of the white light is actually when I was a little girl, I saw white light and I was encompassed by it. And so I started using it. And as I became a professional psychic, I always use the white light whenever I'm doing a reading for anyone. So when James and I decided to do the book, he decided actually to say, well, you know, it's a gift. And so it's the gift of the white light. And that's how we came about getting the title of the book. And what's included in the book are all of my medical diagnosing that I've done for many, many years, many cases. We have 9 police cases in the book that are actually word for word of what I had said to the police agency. So that's very interesting reading.
Well, tell us about one of your high-profile cases that you helped solve using your gift.
I would say that one of the most exciting ones was something that Court TV did on Psychic Detective Show. It was a gentleman who was missing. They called him the missing paratrooper. He had been missing for 2.5 months. They couldn't find him in 2,000 acres. The detective came and asked me to work on the case, which I did. And I said, bring me this photograph and a map. And on the map, I drew a little tiny circle. And I said, he's right there, right in the middle of the circle. Well, they went to that exact place, and there he was.
Wait, how did you know this? Was it did you see something in the light, or did you feel something? What is it?
Yes, I did. What I actually feel is what is going on with a person. I can track them, and it's like I go into a videotape, and I can see what they're doing, what they're saying, and where they're going. And that's exactly what I did for this gentleman.
Now, do you need to have something that belongs to them, something to feel or see or touch to give you that connection, or can they just describe the person to you?
I do. What I generally ask for is a photograph, and I do a process called psychometry. And that process is where I'm able to pick up the energies off of the photograph.
Wow.
And then what happens is I begin to go into a videotape, and I go back into time, and I see what's happening. Now, in all of the murder cases, what occurs is that I become the victim, and then I can become the assailant, and then I can become the observer.
Amazing.
You are actually the first psychic to be sworn in as an expert witness in testimony in a trial. So is this something, in a murder, is this something you can shut off and on? Like, let's say you accidentally touch Spencer. Do you get a vision, or is it something that, you know, you have to really focus on?
I need to focus on it, yes. And what I do, and what I learned, which we talk about in the book also, when I was 11 years old, that I said, look, I can't continue doing this all the time, because my friends were going away from me and they were thinking I was really weird.
Yeah.
And so I said, I have to do something. So I went into church and I prayed, and my guide said to me, think about a light switch. And I said, oh, a light switch, yes, that goes on and off. And so I taught myself how to turn it on and how to turn it off.
Is it ever scary?
It is sometimes, especially when the murder is just about to occur, and I'm seeing it over again. And that becomes a very scary part. My blood pressure goes down, and generally when I'm working with a detective, I always tell them that that is what is going to happen. And I tell them to tell me to take my deep breaths and bring in the white light, and they always do, bless their hearts.
Wow.
How do you get this gift? Is it hereditary, genetic? I mean, something you're just born with?
Yes, I really do feel, that's my hypothesis, that we are born with this gift. Everyone is psychic. Everyone is intuitive. Oh, yes. And we're all born with 6 senses. And I was fortunate enough to have a wonderful family who also were very intuitive. And so they allowed me to be this very dramatic child and to tell them all these crazy things, and they just say, okay, Annette, all right. And so I was allowed to live that way and to grow up and to be able to use my intuition.
And law enforcement agencies these days are open to this. They're not skeptical about it anymore?
They're not as much as they used to be.
Yeah.
No, because for 35 years, I never said a word to the media about what I was doing with police agencies around the country. But then after my partner, Detective Sergeant Richard Keaton, retired, and he said, well, let's start a company and do this, but we need to charge for it, and let's talk to the media about it. And I said, okay, fine, we can do that. So we did that.
Oh my gosh, and you've actually helped people with health issues too, and that's detailed in the book.
Absolutely. It's very detailed into the book. Many, many cases. Many years ago, in 1975, I did a film with Dr. Jampolsky, who's a very well-known psychiatrist in Marin County. He brought in 12 doctors and 5 patients and brought me into this room and sat me down. We did this whole film, and I diagnosed these patients, and I was 90% accurate.
That's amazing. Well, if you want to meet Annette, this is unbelievable. She's having 2 book signings this weekend. One's at Barnes & Noble in Emeryville. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. And the other one is at Jack London Square in Oakland at 2 p.m. Gift of the White Light. Annette, thank you so much.
So good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.